I'd like to go ahead and call the public hearing section of the Warrenton Board of Aldermen meeting for Tuesday, August 7th, 2018 to order. I believe Councilor Graville will be stepping to the mic to
Good evening,
us.
Mayor and Board. We have tonight a petition from Stephen Nicodem regarding an annexation. If you look up on the board, it's approximately 36 acres that is contiguous to the Country Lakes Golf Course. We have a petition signed by Mr. Nicodem. We also have the copy of the public hearing notice. I would ask that those two be made part of the record by reference, and the exhibit that shows where this is located and the approximate acreage. The Honorable Bart Corman is here if you guys have any questions about the annexation. He may just want to say a few words, but that's all the city has on behalf of it. And we'd also ask the ordinance of the City of Warrenton be made a part of the record by reference.
Be duly noted.
Thank you. For the record, Bart Corman with Lewis and Beatty Surveyors and Engineers. Chris did a pretty good job of taking my speech, but basically the Country Lake was just annexed in a month or two ago, and this is adjacent to that, and so that's what we're proposing here is the 36 acres to come into the city of Warrenton.
Anybody have any questions?
You say it's adjacent to the Country Lakes that,
Yeah, the Kevin annexation that occurred
directly west. I didn't think the golf course came in.
The golf. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
the golf course came in 2 months ago, I want to say.
It did
Yeah.
come in, okay.
Yes.
Okay, I was,
Clubhouse not though, right?
Not the clubhouse,
Not
no,
clubhouse,
it's
but
just,
the, but the greens and the fairways
Right.
did.
yes.
okay,
So the actual clubhouse isn't.
okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If anybody in the public would like to step up and speak, please come to the mic, state your name, and we'll give you 5 minutes to speak. Only on the public hearing section of our board meeting. Not seeing anybody, we'll move on, and we will bring the public hearing section of the Warrenton Board of Aldermen to close and order or open the regular session with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item would be the consent agenda items.
We have the regular meeting minutes from July 17th, 2018.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made by Alderman Shelby, seconded by Alderman Costello. Roll call vote.
Alderman Deloy is absent. Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Shell Harvey?
Yes.
Alderman Costello?
Yes.
Alderman Ock is absent. Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with 2 absent. Next, we'll be hearing from the public. If you'd like to speak about any particular subject, we ask that you come to the mic, state your name. We'll give you 5 minutes to speak on it. Not seeing anybody, we'll move on. Next, we'll hear from the Board of Aldermen. Any comments?
I have one thing I'd like to mention to the public. The Warrenton Downtown Association applied for a grant with, I can't remember the name of the organization now, but anyway, they have been awarded that grant, and that's a big step forward for the organization. And they come together pretty much at the last minute, but it worked out fine. So
I think it was Main Street.
Missouri Main Street.
Missouri Main
yes,
Street.
that's correct. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it was pretty impressive news.
Good deal.
Anybody else?
I just like to make sure the public is aware of our ribbon cutting, new interchange coming up, August 21st, I think it is.
Yep.
Welcome everyone to that, including the news media. Be a big day, big event.
And that will, it's making a change, because that's normally our next meeting night.
Yes.
So we need to make the public aware too that our meeting night will change to Wednesday.
August 22nd. Good point. It's 6 o'clock, yeah, on August 22nd. Our regular attendees, did you hear that? August 22nd at 6 p.m. You got to be there. Yeah, you're a regular attendee. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm just going to stay on that for a minute. You know, I know it hasn't gotten too much of attention, but we've got a lot of people that are happy about it. I'm really excited. We've come along really quick, and I think it looks good. You know, we've got a lot of things going on in this town, and I'm going to remain, some of it remain nameless, but there was some people that spoke on a local media that didn't have too much to say about our things we got going on. We've got Schnucks coming along so quickly. Rural King's taking their steps to make the next way to go. We've got a lot of small businesses still thriving in our town. We've got an overpass going on. We've got a park that's about ready to open. Guys, we have a lot going on, and the list could go on, and if I'm missing something, I don't mean to be offensive, but we're really thriving. And I don't think, you know, some part of me is glad we're not getting the attention, because it may invite more, and maybe we're not just ready for that yet. But the other part of me is so excited and a little offended that it's not being talked about. We got a lot of exciting things going on in our town, and I'm proud and excited for it.
You know, all of these projects that we're doing is to make Warrenton a better place for our citizens to live in and to thrive and to enjoy. That's why we do the things we do, is to make Warrenton a super city for folks to live in. And I am very proud of the city of Warrenton.
You know, one note I did want to make is I wanted to say thanks to a couple other mayors for getting together with me. Mayor Rowden from Wright City, Mayor Watson from Truesdale, and Mayor Lang from Martinsville. We all got together and started talking about the things we got going on in our town. I think they share the excitement of things going on in their town, and it was kind of refreshing just to see we're not the only ones that are pretty happy and proud of what's going on. But we also agreed that we all started needing kind of attending some of the events at the other towns. And I'm glad to finally see some of the mayors. I mean, not that they haven't done it in the past, but this is the first time since I've been in that we've been able to collectively get together and really share a lot of information and news with each other. So I was really happy to see they were excited about it, and it sounds like we're going to be trying to do it on a regular basis. So, moving on, unless there's anything else. I know Ms. Thorne could not be here tonight, so do you have any updates for her?
I do not.
Okay. Well, then we'll move on to the Director of Operations, Brandy Walters.
Good evening. The first thing that I have tonight is the monthly marketing business support report. As you can see on there, we have really been trying to get out and visit the local established businesses. I've had Dolores going out there and visiting with them to see if there's anything the city can do, to see how they're doing, that kind of thing. It seems to really be making that personal contact seems to really be good for local businesses as well as the city. The only ribbon cutting that we've had, it wasn't really in July, but it was recent. It was just Saturday. We had their big ribbon cutting for Dollar General, so we welcomed them with their new building, which is great. Extreme Team, they're looking to do a ribbon cutting soon. I know they've been there for a little while. They've kind of put off that ribbon cutting until they got established better, so they're looking at August 26th as of right now. That is not set in stone yet, but that's what they're looking at. And that's all I have for that report.
It was August 26th?
Yes. We don't have a time yet.
Any questions?
The next thing I have is the monthly admin report. And on there, as you can see, we had 4 new hires last month, which was great. It brought our police department up to full staff. And we're still short in a couple other areas, but we brought them up to staff, which has been a long time coming. As far as special events, we had the yard sale in July and had 67 participants that were in our listing this year, which is only up, it's about the same as what it was last year. I think we had 63 last year, so we're about the same. And we had 2 tournaments last month. One tournament was with 25 teams, and the other tournament was with Jordan's Place and their fundraiser, which was really good.
Let me ask just real quick. How did, I know you guys started the process for, and I guess it's more for Chief Eller, the academy spots that we had talked about. How'd that go? Is it still going?
No, we've got, our first candidate is in background right now.
Excellent. Did we have a lot of people apply, or?
We have total?
We had, I think, 10.
Wow.
We just finished interviews and had one go to background.
Well, congratulations. 10 people for applying for that spot's pretty huge.
Yes.
Yep.
Especially, I'll just call for what it is, in the wake of some of the Ferguson deals and St. Louis City and St. Louis County not being able to fill academy classes, to have 10 people apply and be able to try to do that, that's good. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's all I have for that report. The next thing that I have is the tourism recommendations from Tourism Commission, and they would like to, which is within the budget, they're wanting to request $600 for the interstate attraction signs for Relax Inn.
Any questions on that? All right, well, entertain a motion to approve the tourism recommendations in the amount of $600.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Shell Harvey, seconded by Alderman Miller. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Shell Harvey?
Yes.
Alderman Costello?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with 2 absent.
And the last thing I have for you is pretty exciting. The city has been awarded a grant from Missouri Department of Natural Resources for their non-playground scrap tire materials. And it's in the amount of $24,381.
Wow.
And this will go towards our new park. It will provide us with 28 picnic tables, of the 8-foot green picnic tables, 2 wheelchair accessible tables, and 12 park benches.
Wow, that is a lot. Say that again. How much is it?
$24,381.
I mean, as far as what all it provide.
28 picnic tables, 2 wheelchair accessible picnic tables, so 30 total, and then 12 park benches.
That is awesome. Thank you. Anything else?
That's all I have.
All right, I appreciate it. Next, we'll hear from Finance Officer Dana Pulaski.
Presented to you tonight are claims totaling $1,048,111.84. Again, there's some larger items in there related to the construction work on the pool and the park, and also the Troy Road lift station. So if there's any questions regarding that list of claims, if not, just ask for approval.
Do you have any questions on that?
Dana, are there any conflicting issues?
For anything presented in the claim list? No, sir.
If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the accounts payable in the amount of $1,048,111.84.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Costello, seconded by Alderman Shell Harvey. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Costello?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Shell Harvey?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with 2 absent.
I've also included preliminary June financial statements. Again, very preliminary. We have a lot of year-end adjustments that go into June financials. So later in the year, the actual auditors will present an audited version of those financials to you. But I just wanted to take the time to give you a preliminary look at them. Also a little bit different format to them. So any comments you have about whether you care for the new format or not, we'll take that into consideration for the future. Just some key items as we look through those financials. You'll notice that overall sales tax across all funds is about 1% less than budget. So about 82,000 under budget on sales tax. Other key revenues such as police fines are down by 150,000. We also have permits, franchise fees, interest, those types of areas that are above budget, so kind of an offset there. When we look at the water sewer enterprise fund, we have $385,000 above budget in revenues. Again, primarily made of industrial sewer. The Coca-Cola plant came in quite a bit higher than anticipated. Connection fees, again, all the new housing, the Schnooks, connection fees higher than budget also. In the areas of expense, overall funds, personnel cost was below budget by $377,000. So that's wage and benefits. And again, we've discussed frequently that we had several vacancies over the years. So we hope to have all those positions filled through this next year. In the general fund, some operating expenses below budget, about $584,000 in total in operating expenses, slightly below budget then. And then capital, about $1 million carryover capital in the general fund, so not spent this year but will be spent next year. In the water wastewater fund, all together operating expense about $265,000 below budget, and in that one about $3.7 million in capital that's rolling over the next year. Several projects started but not finished, and then there's a large sewer line project that hasn't started yet. Sales tax capital, about $1.9 million rolling over to next year, and that's primarily related to the pool park project. So those are just some highlights off those preliminary June financials.
Quick question, executive attorney fees. Chris must be getting healthy, so.
Worth every penny, I'm sure.
Well, we've had.
Just kidding.
We've had some litigation as arisen.
I couldn't let that pass, so. We gotta lighten it up a little. We gotta lighten it up a little.
I don't know if could
There was
or
a
shouldn't
comment.
let it pass.
There was a comment from the table over here as well. So you're not the only one that was lightening it up.
Great minds think alike, don't they? Anything else?
No.
Taking a long pause because folks.
Mayor, I have
There you go.
a quick question I'd like to pose to Brandy. Can you give us about a 2-minute, 30-second expose on the status of the new pool park?
Sure, of course I can. So currently in the aquatic center itself, we have the like a little. And remember when they came in and they talked about like the little slides and little water features and stuff. That stuff has been installed. It looks great, and they've got all the tile done in there. They've got pretty much all of the offices and everything are all divided up inside there. It's almost ready for plaster and water. I would say probably within the next 3 weeks they'll probably get to that. The parking lot's coming along. We're working on that. The guy will be out there to asphalt that probably within the weather pending within the next week or so. He's working on that. The Brad's crew is working on the disc golf area, so they're cutting out all the trails and getting, because a lot of that underbrush is growing back up, so he's getting all that cut out. They should be getting those. The baskets have been put together. They don't have them installed yet, but they will be working on that over the next couple weeks. The dog park is coming along great. If you have not been out there, they have the pavilion has been built over on the disc golf area, and they're currently working on the restrooms in the dog park.
How could we be out there?
Well, that's true. We shouldn't be out there.
That's right. We're chased off
You're right.
all the time.
Really?
It's coming along great.
The squirrel police seem to come find us. Maybe Brad is the chief of the squirrel police.
You need to go undercover.
That's what I kind of thought too. But
Any update on a potential completion opening date type thing?
My goal is for the end of September, and I think I don't think we're gonna have any issues with the pool making that. It's gonna be the rest of the stuff outside of the pool area. So the end of September, early October
Wow.
will be the grand
Cool.
opening.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You're in your time then. That's very good.
any other questions? All right. I will entertain a motion to close the regular Board of Aldermen meeting and go into executive session for real estate.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Miller. Roll call vote.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Shell Harvey?
Yes.
Alderman Costello?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0, or 4-0 with 2 absent. And we are so adjourned, folks.